Hey friends! For this project, we will use a super fine yarn. I'm using an acrylic yarn in several different colors. We also need a 3.5mm crochet hook or a size E, as well as a yarn needle, scissors, and a tape measure. I do have the list of materials in the description box below, kindly check them out, as well as the pattern in my Ravelry shop. And if you're new to this channel, hello there! My name is Kath and I make crochet tutorials. You can follow me on Instagram as well as on my Facebook page, and I also recently started my TikTok account. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that next time you will be notified whenever there is a new pattern on this channel. So without further ado, let's get started. To begin, create a slip knot and make a chain of 5. Slip stitch in the 5th chain from the hook. Now chain 3 and make a double crochet into the ring. To make a double crochet, you're going to yarn over, insert the hook into the ring, grab the yarn and pull up a loop. We have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops on the hook. Now make another double crochet in that same ring. Now chain 2 and make another 3 double crochet into the ring. Chain 2, 3 double crochet into the ring, chain 2, again 3 double crochet into the ring, again chain 2, and then we will slip stitch into the 3rd chain of the beginning chain 3. So from here, we're going to cut the yarn, and then we're going to switch to the next color, which is the mint. Now round number 2, we're going to be working around the square. Now with the new color, we're going to chain 3 and make 2 double crochet in that same chain 2 space. Next, chain 1, make 3 double crochet into the next chain 2 space. Chain 2 and another 3 double crochet all in that same chain 2 space. So this will be the second corner of this round. Next, chain 1 and working in the third corner, again we will do 3 double crochet into the chain 2 space. 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, all in that same chain 2 space. So that is finished. Next, again chain 1. Working on the next corner, again make 3 double crochet, chain 2, and then 3 double crochet, all in that same chain 2 space. So next, working on the last corner, we will chain 1 and then make 3 double crochet in the next chain 2 space. Now chain 2 and slip stitch into the third chain of the beginning chain 3, and from there we will switch to our last color. I will be using the bright pink color for this. So switch to the last color, and from here we will repeat the same pattern as we did for the previous round. So chain 3 and then 2 double crochet in the same chain 2 space. Chain 1 and then 3 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. So chain 1 and then 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet in the corner chain 2 space. So we are now working in the corner of the square. So just remember, whenever you are working in the corner of the square, you will be working 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. That is only for the corner. So 3 double crochet in the corner, chain 2, 3 double crochet, all in that same chain 2 space. Chain 1. The next part is the middle of the square. It's not the corner, so we will just make 3 double crochet in there and then chain 1. Chain 1 and then working on the corner, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. In the last corner, we will just do 3 double crochet and chain 2. So that's the last corner. Chain 2 and then slip stitch in the third chain of the beginning chain 3 and fasten off, because we only have 3 rounds for our squares. So cut the yarn and that will be our square. Now from here, you're going to make as many squares as you need until the square will reach your chest measurement. So you need the tape measure for this part. So what you're going to do is you're going to wrap the tape measure around your chest and subtract 8 inches from there. The measurement that you will get, for example, for my size, that will be 32 inches for my chest circumference minus 8 inches, so that will take me to 24 inches. Now each square measures 2.5 inches, so that means I need about 9 squares to be able to get as close as possible to 24 inches. So that is for the length of your panel. Now for the width, you're also going to do the same thing. You're going to measure from the armpit and then down to the waist. Now for my size, that will be 7 inches. So that means I need about 3 squares to be able to get as close as possible to 7 inches. Once you have all of your squares, you're going to connect everything with a slip stitch in the back loop, and from there you're going to find the middle of the panel. So for my size, that will be around this part, this square. Now from here, we're going to add an extra square above this because this will be the shaping for our neckline. I already have my square here. Now for the shaping, we also need to make 2 triangles, as you can see here. And depending on the size that you're making, you can add as many squares as you want. So you can also add 2 squares or 3 squares in the front of the panel, but just make sure to place 2 triangles on the side so that we will have the shaping for the front of the panel, or let's just say the neckline. To make the triangles, chain 4, slip stitch in the 4th chain from the hook, chain 3, and make 3 double crochet into the ring. Next, chain 2 and make 4 double crochet into the ring. Now from here, before you're going to close the last stitch, we're going to cut the yarn and switch to our next color. And we'll be using the bright pink. Now continue with row number 2, chain 3, turn your work. And then we're going to make 3 double crochet in the space between the first and the second stitch from the previous row. So that will be in this part. That you will not insert the hook in the stitch, you will insert it in the space between the first and the second stitch. So make 3 double crochet in that space. And continue with a 3 double crochet into the center chain 2 space. So 1, 2, and 3. Next, chain 2, and again make 3 double crochet in that same chain 2 space. Next, make 3 double crochet in the space between the last stitch and the second last stitch. Again, you will not insert the hook in the stitch, you will insert it in the space between the second last stitch and the last stitch. 3 double crochet, and then make your last stitch in the 3rd chain of the turning chain 3. So make a double crochet in the 3rd chain of the beginning chain 3. Now before closing your stitch, we're going to cut the yarn and switch to our next color. So chain 3 and turn your work. Now row number 3, make 3 double crochet in the space between the first and the second stitch. After that, you're going to make 3 double crochet in the space between the first 3 double crochet cluster and the second 3 double crochet cluster. So you will place those 3 stitches in the space. Now into the middle chain 2 space, you will work 3 double crochet, chain 2, and another 3 double crochet, all in that chain 2 space. Next, 3 double crochet into the space between the 3 double crochet clusters. And then make 3 double crochet in the space between the last stitch and the second last stitch. Next, double crochet in the third chain of the beginning chain 3, like so, and from here we're going to fasten off and cut the yarn and weave in all of the ends. So the shaping for my front panel or my neckline is now complete. And as I said earlier, you can also add as many squares and triangles depending on the size that you are making. So for mine, it will be just 1 square and 2 triangles. Now when connecting the triangle, make sure to skip the chain 1 space from the square, because our triangle doesn't have a chain 1 space in between the clusters. So what you're going to do when you're going to slip stitch in the back loop, just make sure to skip the chain 1 space here, like what I'm doing here on the video. So slip stitch, just like so. In this way, the triangle and the square will be evenly seamed. Once that is complete, we can now start our edging and our straps. So attach the yarn into the lower right corner of the panel. From here, we're going to chain 1 and make a single crochet into each of the stitches around until we get to the front or the triangle part, the shaping for our neckline. To do a single crochet, you're going to insert the hook into the stitch, grab the yarn and pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through all of the loops on your hook. We're going to make 3 single crochet in each of those row or in each of those stitches. 1, 2, and 3. 3 single crochet into each of the stitch at the side of the triangle. Next, we're going to integrate our strap into our edging. So from here, we're going to make a chain of around 120, but make sure that the chain that you're making is enough for your size. For my size, that will be 120 chains. Once you have your chain, we're going to slip stitch in the second chain from the hook and slip stitch into each chain across. Coming down to the panel, we're going to single crochet until we get to the other corner of the panel. From here, we will repeat the same number of chains as the opposite strap and continue with the pattern until you reach the panel. And from there, we're going to single crochet all the way around until we get to the very first stitch. And once you get to the very first stitch, we're going to slip stitch in the first stitch and fasten off. I'm now done with my panel. From here, we're going to make the I-cord for the back ties. To make an I-cord, you're going to take your yarn and you're going to fold the yarn in half. So make sure that you have enough length for the ties at the back of the panel. Make a slip knot and insert the hook into the loop. And we're going to separate the upper and the lower strands. Now wrap the lower strand into the hook and hold the yarn in place. Yarn over and pull through all of the loops and repeat that once again. Wrap the lower strand into the hook, yarn over and pull through. Again, wrap the lower strand into the hook, yarn over and pull through. You will repeat this same pattern until you have the length for the back ties and make a knot at the end of the I-cord. So that marks the end of this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them down in the comment section below. And if you had fun making this top, please share this video to your friends. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I will see you on the next video.